Get this off, get it to the machine shop. I just called him. He reckons if I can get there in 10 minutes, then he'll do it for me. So let's rip this off. We're doing a clutch today on this Tarago, everyone's favorite people mover. Now, the clutch is slipping, this, that, the other. Obviously, the vehicle is a little beat up, but who cares about that? Because at the end of the day, I just do what I'm told, and he wants a clutch. So that's what we're going to do. Now, mind you, I've done many clutches. Haven't done one of these, but I can see the engine is a north-south setup. So how hard could it possibly be? Going the Clutch Pro route, as this customer wanted a good budget option that will see the vehicle to the end of its lifetime, you hope. So we're going to chuck this in, but before we start any work doing the clutch job, because we don't want to bin the car, we will disconnect the negative terminal from the battery and then lift the car up and go underneath and see what we're working with. So the reason I'm smiling is because, as you saw in one of the other little videos I did a Navara D22, and that thing sucked to do by yourself. But check this out. Look, the front of the car is up here. Look at this. Look at all this access. This is sweet. So we got the gearbox linkages here, and we can just access everything. This is, oh man, I'm so happy. This is going to be so much easier. That Navara, famous last words, but it couldn't be any worse than that other thing. Now, it doesn't look like I need to disconnect the exhaust, really. It only looks like I'm going to take the tail shaft out, a few mounts up here, and then starter, slave, the usual stuff. Sweet. Check it out. The headers are right here. They look pretty sweet. Now, like last time when I did that Falcon video, I don't exactly know how I'm going to record this, but I might just sit it there, we'll sit you guys there, and then start taking some crap off here and see how we go. Ugh. Keep all of the nuts, bolts, washers together. Even if you can, chuck them back in the actual tail shaft, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to start moving everything out of the way that's going to interfere with us dropping down the gearbox. So we're going to take this cover off now. All right, keep everything organized. Few oil leaks, this, that, the other. That's not why we are here today, though. We are here to do a clutch. Man, this is such a good design. I'm so happy. Keep your bolts together. Anytime you're doing exhaust stuff, spray with some penetrating fluid. 2, 3, or 4, I should say. Keep this stuff together. Keep the bolts together. Where you can, chuck them back in, because that guarantees that you do not lose anything. We are just ridiculously close to being done already. All we got to do is disconnect a few sensors. There's 1, 2. So there, that's that. Because this is so light, my little gearbox support will hold this up easy. So now what we'll do is disconnect these linkages. It's looking like I'm gonna just go take him off, disconnect this main bracket, pop, pop, move to the side. I mean, this is a mechanic's dream to work on. Just take the time to throw that stuff back together. This guarantees we do not lose anything. 1, 2. Now I'm hoping that's it. We're about to find out. Of course that's it. Bloody ripper. Again, check this out. I know I'm a broken record. These bolts back where you got them. As a wise man once said, We need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. So let's do that, eh? All right, what we'll do now is we'll knock off a couple other big ticket items. We'll go starter and we'll go slave. Do not ever push the clutch pedal in without this in. It's just going to create unnecessary work and problems. Before we take the starter motor and slave out, I'm just going to start to take every bolt out of the bell housing I can see, because I want to organize them in a way where I know I can put them back in. How am I going to do that? With that box. Watch. By the way, I did a review on this. I don't get paid anything. No one knows I exist. But check it out, because this is an awesome railgun for the money. But where do we put this? We put this right here, because now we have a point to which we can put all the bell housing bolts and know exactly where they go, so you don't stuff anything up. There it is. All right, starter is out. Just, you know, it'll be all right. This cable's so thick that's holding it, but for the sake of risking not damaging it. All right, so the starter motor is out of the way. We don't have to damage it. Most of the bolts are out. Have a look. We need to see, this guy's being held in now somewhere. There it is, right there. All right, so that guy can just hang there. She'll be right. It's not too much weight. Tuck these screws back where you found them. From there, I think there's a couple more bolts up here. I see one there. So I'll take that out. Another 17. Oh, there we go. All right, gearbox has let go. Please don't fall on me. I'm gonna lower it down. This is so much better than any Navara. Point blank period. Bang, old clutch, gotta quickly rip it off. Here's the inside of this guy. To get this off, get it to the machine shop. I just called him, he reckons if I can get there in 10 minutes, then he'll do it for me. So let's rip this off. It's taking some of these, looks like some of these dowels out of the flywheel. But anyway, let's take this off. All right, I'm going to take this to the machine shop and get it machined. So we made it in time. Don't mind the dirty hands. Drop it off. It was awesome of them because it is 4:30 and they shut at 5. So that's cool. Get that done, come back 15 minutes, go to 7-Eleven, get a coffee, wash my hands, and then finish this job off. We're back. It's been machined. One of the dowels is stuck in the pressure plate somewhere, but I'll get that out in a moment. Here is the clutch in question. Now this has been on there for a very long time. This side is the side that has been thrashed and why it was slipping so badly. The reason I say it was on there so long is because it was so hard to pull the gearbox off with no bolts on. Generally speaking, that is the reason. I don't see any branding on this. Here's the dowel that I got to get out of that and knock back into the flywheel. So as you can see, we got the fork that pushes the throw-up bearing. This one's not too noisy, but we got to give this a bit of a clean. Take this off, replace it with a new one, and then we will check out this new clutch kit. Hit it with some degreaser, let it do its thing. Off, or I should say the strut bearing. Not the cleanest, but definitely not the dirtiest. Definitely ready to go for another round. So this is what is inside the pilot bearing. When you turn this, it opens up and then you can get it out. As you can see, I put a slide hammer on it, attached it to it, just funny enough it works, and you can get it out very easily like that. So many people have trouble like this, but this is how I'm getting it out. See how easy that was? Alright, let's check out what you get in the kit. So, oh, that looks much better than the one we took out. So that's your clutch disc. You get the clutch alignment tool with the new spigot bearing, which we're going to be installing in a second. And you got this here. They even give you a little QR code. That's pretty cool. About how to install this onto your gearbox, which is your throw-up bearing. And then you have your pressure plates. Let's chuck this one in. And then this one in. Make sure you feel the bearing, you didn't damage it. From there, we'll deal with this guy. And then we will put the throw-up bearing on. Some grease back there, rub it on, don't be shy. There. That around. Make sure to grease the back of this. There, and then like that, you hear that? Now it's on. Alright, we're throwing the clutch disc on. Remember, gearbox side. Do not put it that way, because you can do that and the clutch will not work if you do it that way. Gearbox side, generally speaking, the part of the clutch disc that protrudes out is always going to be the thing that is towards the gearbox. Do yourself a favor and get the clutch alignment tool. It just saves the fucking around so much. Also, test this clutch disc on the actual gearbox to make sure it lines up properly. Alright, now with that in, we'll remove this. Everything's torqued up, everything has been reinstalled. So now the fun part of chucking this gearbox back on. Just like that. So that's how it goes, eh? God damn, I love these Toyotas. It was over there, but it's in, as I think you might have heard. Alright, let's throw it all back together. That's tight. As you saw, now we just have to essentially chuck in tail shaft, exhaust mount, that little brace that goes underneath it, and that's it. This is extremely well designed to change a clutch. You won't really find a clutch job much better than this. Thank you, Toyota. You see, and this is where chucking your bolts back where they're supposed to go comes in handy. So we don't have to muck around looking for stuff. We don't have to worry about if we're using the right bolts. You just simply do that. Check that guy there, check that dude there. Tail shaft time. Alright, done. I'll show you underneath. You can see everything I put back on. But I'll chuck that battery on and take it for a test drive. Make our way up. Everything's back on, all the underbody protection. My job here is done. Now let's go for a spin. It drives. That's a good sign. Feels really good. Clutch bite's about halfway. This, that, the other. Mic is going to die in a minute. As in the mic I'm recording on. So, yeah. Starts, runs, drives, shifts. Good bit of power for an old beast of a thing. There's no sounds, no weird crap. A straightforward job like this in terms of clutches is you shouldn't have any dramas after. Obviously I'm going to give it a shakedown, this, that, the other, but it's one of those situations where I think will be another late night finish, but another happy customer. Hey, listen, thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all the comments and likes and everything like that. If you stayed this long, clearly you like something about the video, so thank you so much. Anyway, check out the other stuff on the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.